सभी को प्रणाम। आप सभी का दिया मुंबई के ज्ञान सभा प्लेटफॉर्म पे स्वागत है। We will start the program in a due course of time. But to start with, we will play a short video for you to go through, and then we will start with the session today. Thank you.
किसी व्यक्ति के निर्माण का स्वर्णिम समय यौवन काल होता है, जिसमें वह आने वाले लंबे जीवन के लिए शरीर, मन और आत्मा का निर्माण और विकास करता है। इसी नींव पर अपने जीवन का मजबूत भवन खड़ा करता है और उसका भोग करता है। किसी भी राष्ट्र के विकास की आधारशिला और ऊर्जा उसकी युवा शक्ति ही होती है। यही उसका आत्मबल और इच्छा शक्ति भी होती है। इसीलिए कहा गया है, वीर भोग्य वसुंधरा। राष्ट्र निर्माण के ताने बाने में यौवन के ही धागे होते हैं। अतः जो राष्ट्र अपनी इस ऊर्जा का संरक्षण और संवर्धन करता है, वह विकास के उच्च शिखर पर पहुंचता है। राष्ट्र के कृषि, उद्योग, शिक्षा, चिकित्सा, तकनीक, राजनीति रूपी चक्के को यही युवा शक्ति, ऊर्जा व गति प्रदान करती है। यह राष्ट्र की रगों में बहने वाला गर्म खून है, जो उसे चैतन्य और प्रगतिशील बनाता है। भौतिक व आध्यात्मिक दोनों के विकास में इसी ऊष्मा का तप सक्रिय रहता है। इतिहास साक्षी रहा है कि जब किसी राष्ट्र की धुरी लड़खड़ाई है, युवा शक्ति ने आगे आकर अपने पुरुषार्थ से उसे सुदृढ़ बनाया है। आज अनेक प्रकार की समस्याएं जैसे नशा, फैशन परस्ती, पाश्चात्य जीवन शैली, आस्था संकट, भ्रष्टाचार, बेरोजगारी देश की युवा शक्ति पर आरूढ़ हैं। आज युवा शक्ति को आत्मबोध एवं अपने सांस्कृतिक गौरव से परिचित कराना समय की मांग है। वर्ष 2011 की जनगणना के अनुसार हमारे देश में 35 वर्ष तक की उम्र की 65% आबादी है। यह युवा शक्ति जिधर चल पड़ेगी, देश भी उधर ही चल पड़ेगा। अतः देश का भविष्य अब युवाओं के हाथ में है। यह युवा शक्ति ही राष्ट्र शक्ति बनकर राष्ट्र को समृद्धि, उन्नति एवं प्रगति के मार्ग पर ले जाएगी। युग ऋषि पंडित श्रीराम शर्मा आचार्य जी ने युवा की अद्भुत परिभाषा दी है। युवा वो है असंभव जिसके शब्दकोश में नहीं, जो बाधाओं को चीर कर अपना मार्ग बनाता है, जो परिस्थितियों का दास नहीं, उनका निर्माता, नियंत्रणकर्ता एवं स्वामी है, जो भाग्य नहीं, अपने कर्म पर विश्वास रखता है, जो उमंग, उत्साह, जोश से जीता व सुनहरे भविष्य के सपने देखता है, जो स्वयं सब कुछ करके गौरव अनुभव करता है और विश्व में कुछ अनूठा करना चाहता है।
असमंजस व अवसाद की स्थिति से गुजर रही युवा पीढ़ी को दिशा देने का काम एक चिंतक ही कर सकता है।
नमस्कार।
2006 में देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय के दीक्षांत समारोह में पूर्व राष्ट्रपति डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम व श्रद्धेय डॉक्टर प्रणव पंड्या जी, जो विश्वविद्यालय के कुलपति भी हैं, मिले और इन दोनों चिंतकों ने मंथन किया कि युवा पीढ़ी को एक सृजनात्मक मंच देने की आवश्यकता है, जो राष्ट्र निर्माण में सहायक हो। यहीं से दिया की नींव रखी गई।
I am indeed delighted to participate in the second convocation of Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya. I am very happy that this institution has been created with a motto of developing the divine culture, which is of utmost importance to us while we are on the path of transforming India into a prosperous, happy and peaceful society. We have the responsibility of transforming India into a developed nation before the year 2020. It is an endless journey through knowledge and enlightenment. Such a journey opens up new vistas of development or humanism, where there is no scope nor room for pettiness, disharmony, jealousy and hatred or enmity. It transforms a human being into a wholesome whole, a noble soul and an asset to the universe. God bless you.
जिस तरह एक दिया अंधकार को दूर करने की क्षमता रखता है, दिया भी इस देश के युवा मन से अंधेरे को दूर करने का स्वप्न लेकर चला है। ये प्रशिक्षण और कार्यशालाओं के माध्यम से शिक्षित, स्वस्थ, आत्मनिर्भर, विनम्र, संवेदनशील दिव्य युवाओं को तैयार करने के लिए प्रयासरत है, जिससे राष्ट्र निर्माण की रचनात्मक गतिविधियां चलाई जा सकें, दिव्य भारत का पुनर्निर्माण हो। इसका लक्ष्य युवाओं की क्षमताओं का विकास कर दिव्य भारत का निर्माण करना है, जिसमें व्यक्ति, परिवार व समाज का उत्थान हो। दिया युवाओं के सपनों में आदर्शवाद लाकर उनकी वैचारिक प्रक्रिया में सकारात्मक बदलाव लाने के लिए प्रयासरत है। वैज्ञानिक अध्यात्म के माध्यम से युवाओं में देवत्व की अभिव्यक्ति, दुनिया में सद्भाव के साथ सतयुग की वापसी इसका परम उद्देश्य है। इस तथ्य की महत्वता समझते हुए वो डॉक्टर कलाम के भारतवर्ष को वर्ष 2020 तक एक समृद्ध राष्ट्र बनाने के स्वप्न की ओर युवा शक्ति को अग्रसर करने के लिए दिया इस महान राष्ट्र के युवाओं के लिए एक आंदोलन है, जो मजबूत सिद्धांतों और यथार्थवादी लक्ष्यों पर आधारित है। जो लोग दिल और दिमाग से युवा हैं एवं जो एक नए भारत की परिकल्पना के हमारे स्वप्न से सहमत हैं, उम्र, जाति या धर्म की परवाह किए बगैर हमसे जुड़े।
मुझे विश्वास है गायत्री परिवार के दिया आंदोलन के माध्यम से देश के युवाओं में वो संवेदनाएं प्रकट होगी, सामाजिक जिम्मेवारियां प्रकट होगी, एक साहस की वृत्ति पैदा होगी, कुछ करने के लिए, कुछ कर करके दिखाने के लिए जीवन को लगाने की इच्छा होगी। देश के लिए जीना सीखो, इस मंत्र के साथ
इस आंदोलन से जुड़कर आपके जीवन में खुशी एवं एक नए उत्साह का संचार होगा। साथ ही अपने राष्ट्र को नई ऊंचाइयों तक ले जाने में आप गौरवान्वित महसूस करेंगे।
सभी को प्रणाम। आज मैं ऑल वर्ल्ड गायत्री परिवार के यूथ विंग दिया मुंबई डिवाइन इंडिया यूथ एसोसिएशन के मुंबई चैप्टर की तरफ से आप सभी लोगों का जो हमारे साथ सिस्को वेबएक्स, फेसबुक और यूट्यूब के माध्यम से जुड़े हैं, आप सभी लोगों का आज इस ज्ञान सभा में स्वागत करती हूँ। इससे पहले कि हम आज के क्रम को आगे बढ़ाएं, आप सभी से निवेदन है कि हमारे साथ एक बार मन ही मन एक छोटी सी प्रेयर बोलें। Let us all pray to the Supreme Power to enlighten our intellect and guide us to the righteous path. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. The video shown some moments ago was about DIYA and about its activities over the past several years. It is a group of like-minded people who come from various cross-sections of the society with only one goal in mind: betterment of self and society at large. Gyan Sabha is one such platform that is an initiative of DIYA Mumbai, which has been instrumental in bringing together various thought leaders from various fields like science and technology, literature, art, culture, education, etc., who have put forward their inspirational thoughts on various topics. This initiative by DIYA, which was started many years back, has adopted a digital platform post the pandemic in the last 9 months. Talking about acceptance of digital platforms by the masses brings us to the topic for today, which is how to be a responsible cyber citizen. Well, to start with, you all must be aware of the emergence of cybersecurity threats and breaches in the recent times, और उसका impact हम सभी को किसी न किसी तरह से हुआ है. In 2018, hackers hacked into one of India's biggest cooperative banks' ATM server and took details of many debit card holders. Almost 10 crores of money was looted by the hackers in this attack. In 2019, India-based healthcare websites became a victim of cyber attack. As stated by the cybersecurity firms, hackers broke in and invaded a leading India-based healthcare website and stole about 68 lakh records of patients as well as doctors. Not only the Indian BFSI sector and the healthcare sector, but cyber threats are prevalent across industries. We're all aware of the well-known Zomato breach, where the credentials of about 17 million users were stolen from its database back in 2017. Well, 2020 has been no less a year that has seen these kind of cyber attacks. In fact, cyber attacks की संख्या इस साल और भी ज़्यादा बढ़ गई है. There have been bans imposed on various Chinese apps due to cyber threats, and so on. वर्क फ्रॉम होम के दौर में अटैकर्स और भी ज्यादा सक्रिय हो गए हैं और इस पैंडेमिक में काफी ऑनलाइन फ्रॉड्स भी देखे गए हैं. I will leave more details on this to be spoken by our guest speaker today, who is going to throw some light on what are our roles to avoid such attacks and to avoid being a victim of such attacks and also be cyber safe. To give a brief introduction about the dynamic personality present among us, Advocate Dr. Prashant is the founder and president of Cyber Law Consulting for advocates and attorneys, a premier law firm involved in litigation and consulting matters related to cyber law, privacy law, economic offenses, telecom, trademark and copyrights, media, entertainment, e-contracts, software piracy, artificial intelligence, robotics, cloud, blockchain, and so on. He also provides expert legal opinion and legal compliance to various organizations and individuals. He's also the chairman of Cyber and Law Foundation, a trust involved in work related to cyber awareness of cyber law, IPR, privacy law, and cybersecurity. He's also a member of Maharashtra State Women Commission, Cybercrime Committee State Election Commission, Social Media Experts Committee, and so on. He's also the founder master of Pyramid Yoga, a system of yoga to be practiced in pyramids of wood, glass, crystal, etc. He's also the visiting faculty at National Judicial Academy, National Police Academy, etc. He's on the advisory board of many organizations, talking about awards and appreciations. He's been awarded the Best Cyber Lawyer of 2017 by India Legal Summit and Awards, and awarded by the jurist and legend, Mr. Soli Sorabji. He's also been awarded as the Cybersecurity Lawyer of the Year of India in 2016 by Financial Monthly Magazine of UK. He has also been awarded the Hall of Fame Award in 2016 by CSI, Computer Society of India, for exemplary contributions in the InfoSec field. He's also been awarded the Cybersecurity Professional of the Year over the years by various committees. He's also presented a paper at Oxford University on cyber terrorism and international law in 2014. He's been invited as a speaker on various forums. He's also been interviewed by BBC World, NDTV, Zee News, Bloomberg, Doordarshan, etc., and have also conducted exclusive 13 programs on various cyber issues in DD Marathi in their program called Sakhi Sayadri. Talking about his books and research papers, he's published 8 books on cyber law and cyber crimes in English, Hindi, and Marathi. One of the books written by him is also a reference book for BE Computer Engineering course of Mumbai University and LLB course at Delhi University. The English book has been forwarded by the current Supreme Court Judge, Justice Madan Lokar. He has won many cases where compensation to the tune of 2.5 crores were awarded by the Cybercrime Court. He has also been handling Amir Khan's cyber defamation case of popular show Satyamev Jayate. He has an experience of 20 years in IT, cyber security, cyber law, IPR, telecom, frauds, and allied law fields. Talking about his social and philanthropy activities, he has donated about 9 computers and 1 printer to the Nashik Police Cyber Cell, Nashik Police. He has donated 7 computers to Thane Cyber Cell of Police, He's donated 12 computers to Nagaon High School, Alibag, for setting the IT lab. He's donated about 120 cycles of high schools to girls in Alibag for commuting to the school. He's also donated about 2,000 books on cyber law and cyber crimes to various libraries, institutions, and police. And achieving all of this, we can say that Sir has really reached out to the last man on the street and worked towards his mission of creating a cyber-safe environment as much as he can do. So, Sir, we welcome you to this platform, and we request you to please put forward your thoughts on this topic. Prashant, sir. Prashant, sir, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, Dia, for inviting me to speak before the August gathering here. I hope people have joined in so I can start my deliberation. Am I clearly audible there, Dia?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah. So, should we start on this?
Yes, sir. We have quite a few participants on YouTube and Facebook as well, and some of them are here on Cisco. So I think we can start, sir.
Yeah. So today's deliberation, when we talk about how to be an ideal cyber citizen, see, whether you want or you don't want, being a mobile phone user and effectively a smartphone user, you are a cyber citizen or a netizen. Being a cyber citizen gives you immense amount of flexibility, gives you immense amount of knowledge, access to the knowledge. On the same time, you need to be aware about the dangers there. So to sum up, what are typical dangers lurking there on the cyber world? Number one is you should be behaving responsibly, because there are a lot of cyber crimes happening. Cyber crimes like impersonation, your identity theft, credit card and debit card frauds. So when ever something like this is happening, if you don't behave cautiously, accidents may happen. The way when you're driving your car on the road or a vehicle and you don't behave cautiously, accidents happen. Same can happen here in the cyber world. So what is it that you need to do? Number one is you have to be very careful about your identity. There are people who feel everything which is online is real. Everything which is online can be trusted. And mind it, this is the most important psychological thought process which puts people at hardships. People get defrauded. Second is people feel that they are anonymous, which is the biggest myth. Why do you behave as what you behave on the cyberspace? The most important reason is you feel you are anonymous. It may be right to some extent, but it is not that so, because your anonymity could be coded back, linking to you or your family or to the devices which you have accessed or last seen. Number two is you have to protect your privacy. It is not only your privacy, it is yours, people who are around you, people who are with you. So when you are exposing yourself to the cyber world, giving you an example, like suppose you're exposing yourself to you are keeping your GPS location on, and wherever you're going, you're clicking. Now, I'm giving you an example. How do you expose someone else's privacy? People generally have habit of I'm giving my example. No, let's not go. There was one of my friend where I stay. She was a model and TikTok star. So she was clicking photographs standing before my car, my BMW car, because to show off as what the TikTok stars do. But when she was doing so, she was also keeping her geolocation or location on, marking it that she is at this place. So now see how she was compromising my privacy. She was exposing my vehicle number. Now, if you put anybody's vehicle number in the government app, you know the car belongs to whom, you know the name of the person. Now, when my name got exposed, now since she has clicked it on the geolocation on and timer on, now so a person knows that at this position I am present at this location at this time. So once a person knows that I'm present at this location at this time, my privacy is also getting exposed. So when you are behaving on internet, we have to be careful that you don't expose your privacy. So behaving properly as a cyber citizen also means the apps to which you are using, or you are the Wi-Fi you are using of your home, doesn't put into problem the owner. Like giving an example is, many people access porn sitting on their broadband, and often this broadband is registered on your dad's name or your mom's name, and you're watching porn, your dad is unaware. Or and sometimes it happens that, see, now let me make it clear from the law point of view. If you're watching porn in your at your home, it's not that crime. But if you're watching a child porn, even if you're searching for it, if you're not watched it, it's a crime under section 67B, and the punishment is up to 7 years, and up to penalty is up to 10 lakhs, and it is a non-bailable offense. So now what happens is, when you're watching normal porn, or you're going to certain websites where you get free movies downloaded, normal movies, but they often have links towards the child pornographic websites, teen sex, or school-going girls, or something of that sort, boys. So if this link, if you happen to access this, and there are many organizations across the world, specifically one in US, which keeps observing like who is spreading such kind of data, or who is watching constantly, or what is the IP address. And what they do is they bundle up those IP address, they segregate in at long run, and later they send this IP addresses to your local police station, or rather your state. State is obviously your country's nodal law enforcement agency, and which has been percolated to every state of yours wherever you are, and then they target you. In Maharashtra alone, they have registered around 600 FIRs, and they've arrested many people doing so. So if you're not careful enough, so what happens is you're accessing these illegal things, like whether it is porn or gambling or anything, or darknet, and you're accessing via traceable items. Then the IP address here is of your dad or mom. When police starts investigating, they may first summon your dad or your mom or the registered address, and even by summoning, or even by a visit of police, some people feel socially vulnerable. They feel really not good. So your behavior on internet, on cyberspace, can actually land your family members in problem. The other thing, how other people can get into problem, is by usage of credit cards. You may be accessing certain websites, which promote certain IPR violations, or other copyright violations to be specific, like they are selling copyright violated movies. Like they're selling it for 10 rupees, 12 rupees, 15 rupees, or they're selling copyright violated or contra books, any of the matter which is illegal. But and they're selling some software, like they're selling Microsoft Office or any standard software at cheaper price, like they're selling it at 800, 900 rupees. What happens is you want this and you end up in using your mom's or dad's credit card, which is issued to them by their organizations. Just imagine if that anti-IPR or anti-copyright kind of organizations, when they start their investigation and when they look at the money trail or the fees trail and they find out your mom's or dad's or your sister, elder brothers credit card being used, they may be unnecessarily harassed. They may be called in their own organization because it's an organizational card, and further ramification and amplifications can happen. So behave properly when you're buying certain things on the net, because this is a very important electronic evidence, the money trail, and often if it's credit card, it can link to you. Be extra cautious when you're using your cards, sites, abroad sites where there is no PIN number mechanism required. Like, you're using a site apart from the shores of India. RBI doesn't regulate the banking. Hence, it is just your CVV number and your credit card number and you're done. But many a times, rather, if I say it very confidently, that more than 95, 98% of your credit card numbers and CVV numbers are there in the open. Your database and mine's database is traded on the dark net of the world. Then I'm not exaggerating. This is done. Now, why you are not looted? It is just a chance. Why you have not been, you may be careful, or you have changed the card recently, or changed the PIN recently, or CVV recently, or there are many reasons for which you may not have been looted till then, but the next day cannot be yours. So be careful. Today, people are using UPI and digital wallets to its maximum usage. So I see it's so casual in the market. You go to some shop or you meet your friends, they casually say that Google Pay kar do, UPI kar do, या Amazon Pay se भेज दो. These are all common thought procedure. Paytm kar do. So this has come into our lingo, but cyber security has not come in our lingo yet. We are using the utility very frequently, and it has imbibed in our culture. But what is not is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity culture should be our motto. Establishing cyber secure culture should be our motto. When we built a cybersecurity culture, we built a resilient society, cyber resilient society. If we have this motto of building cyber resilient society, and when you build a resilience, and how do you build by resilience? It is built by a lot of awareness, bringing out awareness amongst people about cybersecurity, what to do and what not to do. Like sharing your PIN, no. Changing your password, yes. Sharing your UPI PIN, absolutely no. Sharing your Aadhaar details via WhatsApp, absolutely no. Sharing your Aadhaar details anywhere, absolutely no. Now all these kind of things, or sharing your PIN which you get as an SMS on your phone call with anybody where social engineering attacks are happening, absolutely no. Now these basic things, if are imbibed in the cyber citizens, frauds will not happen. Now let me tell you the fun part of it. Like many frauds, cyber frauds, are not happening via sophisticated cyber attacks. People are looted left and right in thousands and crores. Now I have this biggest case which I'm looking at is 2 crores. People, person has lost his petroleum dealer. He lost 2 crores of rupees. So they're losing crores of rupees just in the pretext of social engineering attacks. Now, what is this? There have been call centers operating in, various metropolitan region, or you heard this famous Jamtara. But Jamtara is no longer only in Jharkhand. Like Jamtara kind of operations are there in different cities across the country. Majorly, they are focused in around NCR, Delhi NCR regions, where you have call centers, 3344 floored call centers, and 2-3,000 people working. An ultimate aim of them is cheating and looting people over the phone. So, to comment here, majority of the cyber crimes are happening via social engineering. How is via your phone. So your phone has become your vehicle of growth and your weapon of fraud, a weapon of deceit, a weapon for other people to loot you. So if you don't use your phone etiquettes, you are going to lose money. So what could be a simplest solution? Never ever do phone banking over the phone. I'm talking about voice-based banking. Avoid it. If you don't have a good smartphone which is getting updated regularly, you have an old Android phone, don't even do your mobile app based banking. It is always secure to have a browser based banking done, or a desktop based banking done. Don't ever do free Wi-Fi access and banking over there. There are hackers and looters all over sitting at the on the free Wi-Fi zone and trying to loot you, trying to conduct industrial espionage. And this industrial espionage is so deep that these, specifically this Chinese or this notorious other countries, they even have your voice sample. So when you talk to person, they even have your voice sample to identify you even by your voice. So the depth of privacy violation is pretty deep. So what you do on your mobile phone, you should have your self constitution, self rules to behave on your mobile phone. If you want to do fun around on your phone, which is your professional phone, buy another phone. You can do things on that phone, but not on the phone or not on the laptop, which is your professional laptop. Segregate the hardware itself. It brings in more resilience to your security. Always try to banking on one device, so you know what goes wrong. Then you can check the device. You can check the device for malware. You can audit that device. You can find what went wrong, who attacked you. Police will get easy to access it. If you're using for it from multiple devices, it has its own consequence. So when you're using, when you want to be a good cyber citizen, the self discipline, self cyber discipline is the key. After learning, see, now it is not the only session what we are trying to do here. There are hundreds of sessions happening around. Nowadays newspapers daily will carry a lot of good things about cyber crimes, cyber security. They will write about how many attacks are happening, how it is happening, what precautions you should take. And now today we are at a juncture where the media is fully alert about cyber crimes and cyber related crimes, and this kind of awareness is also happening in multilingual patterns. So ये हिंदी में भी बात हो जाती है, मराठी में भी हो जाती है, गुजराती में भी हो जाती है, और हर वो भाषा में ज्ञान बांटा जाता है, जैसे ये ज्ञान सभा बांट रहा है। तो ज्ञान से भरा हुआ है, सिर्फ आपको जब चाहिए आपको अर्जित करना है और बिहेव करना है। अगर आप खुद में बदलाव नहीं लाएंगे तो कोई आपको बदल नहीं पाएगा, क्योंकि साइबर स्पेस में सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज होती है आपका मोबाइल और आप। साइबर स्पेस और आप, इसमें ज़्यादा इंटरफेरेंस नहीं होता और लोगों का, आप चाहते भी नहीं है। जबकि ये आपका और आपके मोबाइल का रिश्ता है या आपके लैपटॉप का रिश्ता है। इसीलिए गोपनीयता सबसे महत्वपूर्ण चीज है यहाँ पे, और आप उसका पालन करना चाहते हैं। जैसे आप अपनी गोपनीयता बचाना चाहते हैं, वैसे आप दूसरों की भी गोपनीयता बचाए, प्राइवेसी बचाए, और लोगों की गोपनीयता का भंग ना करें। ये सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है। जैसे आप अपने आप को साइबर क्राइम से संवारेंगे या बचाएंगे, वैसे आप अपने घर वालों को भी बचाएं। आप जो आज 4 बातें सुन रहे हैं वो 10 लोगों को अपनी भाषा में समझाएं। The moment you make other people understand what you heard and learned, there is certain consciousness and awareness amongst other users, and that goes in the long way. So that helps you to be a good cyber citizen. I'm seeing a lot of people raising hands, but the question answer session is at the end. So ask the questions at the end, please. So coming back to the behavior on the cyber world is um, should be legal. What do you mean by legal? In India, we have what is called as the IT Act 2000. Now, people often speak loosely at it at is the cyber law. So India doesn't have any law which is called the cyber law of the country. We have IT Act 2000, which governs the major part of the IT related things. But please remember that it is not only the IT Act which governs the cyberspace. It is also the IPC, the Indian Penal Code. Like, for giving you example, if somebody is stalking you on the cyberspace, then you have section 354D there. Then there are other acts which are coming and other rules which are being made by various ministries and the various laws. They also form the part of what is called as cyber legal framework of our country. So the amount of laws which are being passed, amount of rules which are being passed. I'm giving an example. Like, suppose you have an artificial intelligence related rules, or the landscape in our country, or the policy, even that affects how do you develop different kinds of softwares. Now, why you need to be very careful, hence going further in a cyber world? Because every single software is artificial intelligence enabled. Artificial intelligence is so clever. Your interaction with a particular website, a particular social media website, how you behave, how you click on like, what websites you visit, it creates your profile, it creates your choice, and then the choice which you have made starts dictating you, and you become the slave of your own choice. So what you click and how much you visit the website, how much time you remain on a particular post creates your profile. And they are so intelligent that they know how you are, what you are. Today, the most danger is coming from our profiles being available to this capitalistic websites which are capitalizing what we are, what we can buy, where we can fizzle out. So many things is been capitalized by them. So how do we combat this? Do we have any chance to combat this various artificial intelligence based websites? Now, I have developed a small formula where which I keep using it randomly, and it's become my nature that sometimes I don't visit those websites, these big 6, 7, 8 websites which carry your data. Sometimes I visit the websites but do nothing. Sometimes I visit the website under some other login name. Many a times I visit the website keeping my GPS off. That's very important. I visit this websites when I need it. See, Social media websites can attune your thought process when you start following them. Until unless you start following them as what you want, they are not going to change your thought process. You have to use it as per your needs. You have to, visit this websites as per what you want out of them, not what they want out of you. So that critical behavior is very important. If they start to bring you in some discussions, I'm giving an example. I had a case where this was a boy, and this boy was little, short tempered, but a very intelligent boy. He was, always a distinction holder. And this guy, from good family, and his father wanted him to study abroad, so he finished his 12th, and now he was applying to various colleges in US, and he was not able to crack. The reason why he was not able to crack was because of his net avatar. Now, what is net avatar? Many of these youngsters who are short tempered, hot tempered, they end up in commenting on certain pages or certain topics, very violent comments, very abusive comments, comments which are often infiltrated by slang. It could be Marathi slang, in Hindi slang. They feel that people will not, the software may not understand Hindi. But now the AI is intelligent enough to identify Hindi slang, Hindi bad words, Marathi bad words, and Gujarati bad words, and so on. So this guy used to morph his language using these words, even though the AI based profiling mechanism which was used by these universities was giving him less marks to get admitted. Why? Because of his social behavior. Now, his social behavior was found out to be highly radicalized, highly politically motivated, clinging towards one thought process, having no thought process of his own, or highly radicalized thoughts and very abusive words. So that was rejecting his admission all over wherever he was applying because a social media profile was created. Now you would ask me why the social media profile, LinkedIn profile, Twitter profile, Instagram profile, should organizations consider this? See, they are doing it for their good. Can we stop them? Is there any law? So let me make you aware, there is a law not in India but in EU that's called GDPR. It puts some restrictions on gathering personally identifiable information of a data subject by introducing some articles, or you have to reveal what kind of data has been collected. In the other laws available internationally which allow you to opt out. So there is a consent mechanism existing. I'll not talk much about the law, but there is existing. India may have one such law which is called the Personal Data Protection Act, but whether it will be personal data protection law or data protection act, because still the parliamentary committee is debating on this, and it is being this law has been in the making since 2006. So let's hope this at least approved about before the parliament in this winter session. We are hoping, keeping our fingers crossed. Now, where is the biggest issue in the cyber world as I speak? Today, the biggest issue in the cyber world is of online defamation, online abuse, fake news, online spam. And why this is so? Because as I speak, India is in a lawless situation because the act, the section called Section 66A of the IT Act was in 2015 removed by, struck down by Honorable Supreme Court in Shreya Singh's case. So we don't have any effective law. We have some sections under IPC, but those sections, police, when they want, they apply it, and that don't give them so much of actionable deterrence. Because there is less deterrence in this online world, I suggest people that don't pick up an online abuse. Your comments, your tug of words, tug of wars, your words, they remain on social media websites like cockroaches, and I don't know, till your existence or beyond your existence. So avoid what you do, avoid getting defamed, and how do you do it? How can you know who is defaming you, or something about you vicious is being talked about in the cyberspace? There is a small free utility called Google Alert. Now, Google Alert, if you type Google Alert on Google, you'll get the details. You can on this Google Alert and now activate it. Use certain strings, like I use it my name, or your profession, or whatever your pet name. And if somebody is talking about you, you may get an email. But that's not a foolproof mechanism. Observing yourself all the time, if social media or online presence is giving you your bread and butter, is very important. आप अगर अपनी खुद की जो आपका खुद का वजूद साइबर स्पेस पे है, उसको अगर आप हमेशा मॉनिटर नहीं करेंगे, तो कोई ना कोई आपका वजूद मिटा भी सकता है। कोई आपकी जो पर्सनालिटी है उसको धारण कर सकता है। कोई बहुरूपिया आपके नाम पे कोई फ्रॉड कर सकता है। इसलिए अगर आप साइबर स्पेस में रहते हो तो आँख कान नाक आपके सारे सेंसेस खुले रख के चलिए। आप एक गैंग बना के चलिए दोस्तों की, जो एक दूसरों के बारे में, एक दूसरे लोग एटलीस्ट 5 लोग एक दूसरे को दूसरे के बारे में देखते रहें और एक दूसरे को इत्तला करते रहे कि उनके बारे में क्या बोला जा रहा है या क्या हो रहा है। आप जल्दी एक्शन लेते हैं सोशल मीडिया पे, तो जो फजीयत है, आपका डिफेमेशन है, कोई आपकी बुराई कर रहा है, वो उसको फैलने से आप जल्दी रोक सकते हो। कैसे रोक सकते हो? तो फेसबुक में इनबिल्ट मैकेनिज्म्स हैं। लाइक जैसे कोई कुछ लिख रहा है कोई स्त्री के बारे में या कोई बेटी के बारे में, तो आप मल्टीपल अब्यूज रिपोर्ट कर सकते हो, आप गैंग अप कर सकते हो। ऐसे कई एनजीओज हैं जिनका आपको नाम ऑनलाइन मिल जाएगा, वो आपको मदद कर सकते हैं अब्यूज रिपोर्ट करने में। फिर महिला मंडल बने हुए हैं स्टेट में या डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में, वो स्त्रियों को मदद कर सकते हैं ये सब करने में, या पुलिस की आप मदद ले सकते हो। The moment cybercrime happens on you, there is a website called cybercrime.gov.in. I repeat, there is a website of Government of India under Home Ministry which is called cybercrime.gov.in. इस पे जाइए और इस पे अपनी कंप्लेंट दर्ज कराइए। You can file a case here. The case gets forwarded to your local police station, and the local police station can call you for your statement if they find a substance in your complaint. Don't use this platform to settle score with anybody. Even that can put you behind the bars if you use this website. No, because you are trying to commit a crime using this website. Be careful about this. Any crime related to women and child immediately is actionable. Immediately action is taken here. And about other crimes, about other cyber crimes, action is slowly definitely taken. Now, is it only the victim can file a case under this website? No, because many of the cyber crimes are cognizable offenses. I repeat, many of the cyber crime are cognizable offenses. People other people who are, or an informant can also file a case saying that particular crime is happening. So apart from this, you can also go to the local police station. When a cybercrime happens, this is the last thing before I shut my topic and be open to the questions you have. Please ask small questions. Is how do you report cybercrime? See, many a times when the crime happens, you start calling many people. You start remembering who is the police officer, your friend, or who is the person who has contacts in police. All that can go in step 2, not in step 1. Step 1 is write down what happened in your language. Jesse, you are in Hindi speaking states where the language of police is Hindi. आप उसे हिंदी में लिखिए, पूरा कंप्लेंट ड्राफ्ट कर लीजिए अपनी नॉर्मल भाषा में. मराठी में तो मराठी में, गुजराती में तो गुजराती में आप लिखिए, और वो कंप्लेंट की 2 कॉपीज बनाइए. उस 2 कॉपीज को लेके और उसके साथ अगर आपको कोई एविडेंस जोड़ना है, जैसे कि व्हाट्सएप के स्क्रीनशॉट हो गया, आपका ईमेल की कॉपी हो गई, कुछ फोटोग्राफ्स हो गए, आपको जोड़ना है उसके साथ में, आप जोड़िए उसे और ये लेके आपके नज़दीकी पुलिस स्टेशन में जाइए जो आपके जुरिस्डिक्शन में है और उनको इनवर्ड में ये कंप्लेंट दीजिए. वो कंप्लेंट लेके आपको एक एक्नॉलेज कॉपी देंगे और फिर काम आगे बढ़ेगा. So they will take this copy, acknowledge the first copy and give it to you, and the work will go ahead. Many a times police doesn't register FIR there and there only. They will investigate and register. Ideally, this should not be the process. When it is a cognizable offense, they should register FIR immediately. But then Indian police is very good at not registering FIR, giving you many reasons not to register an FIR. I have seen examples, my clients, when the offense and the evidence and often the accused are before their eyes, police have shown negligence in not filing an FIR. So you have to be very pursuant about it. आपको डरना नहीं है, आपको सहमना नहीं है, आपको हार नहीं माननी, पर आपको लगे रहना है कोई भी पुलिस मैटर में. जो पेशेंट रहता है, जो चिकाटी बताता है, उसके पीछे लगा रहता है, डिटरमाइंड होता है, उसी को जस्टिस मिलता है. ये दुखद है, भारत में जस्टिस बहुत महंगा है, ये दुखद है, लेकिन ये भारत की रियलिटी है. लेकिन हमारे भारतीय भी काफ़ी डिटरमेंट होते हैं, आप भी हो सुनने वाले. आई होप कि मैंने कुछ आपके ज्ञान में आज वृद्धि की है. आई हैव इंक्रीज सम बेसिक विजडम to your already existing knowledge. Thank you. I'm open for questions now.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed a very enlightening talk, and you very well put together some of the things that today's youth should focus on while being a cyber user. Needless to say, we've learned a lot from your talk today. Always try to do banking from one device, not multiple devices. A real eye-opener to many, as per the feedback that we received, was that when you said, if we believe that we are anonymous, we're doing a big mistake. दूसरों की गोपनीयता का मंद ना करते हुए जैसे अपनी गोपनीयता चाहते हैं, वैसे ही दूसरों की गोपनीयता भी मेंटेन करें from data privacy point of view. We've also put in the website that you've mentioned, cybercrime.gov.in, where one can report the cyber crimes. Sir, thank you very much for the talk today. On behalf of DIYA, I assure that we will work together in future wherever our synergies meet. On behalf of AWGP, All World Gayatri Parvar, I invite you to visit our Shantikunj headquarters, which is located at Haridwar, and the university, the Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya, which is built on the lines of Takshashila and Nalanda. We'll all be glad to see you there. We have about 5 minutes left, and we'll quickly take up some questions. There are a lot of questions that but I'll just take a few of them. One of the audience members have asked, if you have to suggest 5 important laws that India is currently missing from cybersecurity perspective, what would they be?
Okay, well, the first thing is the law on online defamation, the law on fake news. Second is the law on fake news, the law on spamming, that's anti-spam mails, the law on internet time related theft. I think this has become four. And the fifth could be the law related to cryptocurrencies and law related to the technology surrounding it.
Yeah, these are very major ones, sir. Thank you for that. Another question that has come in, sir, is we often see that advertisements targeting has been a very surprising and personalized thing these days. When we speak to something to our friend about a topic or a product, that we end up seeing an ad or a promotion somewhere on the social media. What exactly is this, and how can we disable this if Facebook or other social media apps are listening and targeting our voice?
Good question. Now, Facebook makes money. 98% of their revenue comes from the ads. Just makes. Google makes almost 60% of their revenue is from ads because they have their other acquisitions, etc. Even Amazon makes money from the ads, but it also makes a lot of money from the e-commerce side. Now, when so much amount of money they are making out of ads, and imagine what's their turnover of their organization, there is a whole new industry which is called ad tech, advertising using technology. Now, every single senses of your mobile phone, I repeat, every single senses of your mobile phone, that means your car, knock, arc, whatever your mobile phone has, your gyrometer, everything, what your mobile phone has, that can be accessed by these apps, and that can be used to profile you. I'll give an example. Today, just talk about a particular product you want to buy with your wife or your girlfriend or your friend. Just talk like you want to buy 55 inches Sony color TV or TV or whatever. I'm saying talk. Search में तो आता ही है. Even if you talk, there is an algorithm which is called ambient voice listening, which listens such kind of tips, and you will start seeing such kind of ads. If you are a Netflix user or you're using YouTube on your TV or on Fire Stick, you will see ads even there between YouTube, and you will be astonished to say, I just spoke, and it has just you have seen it. So this is an algorithm, AI based algorithm, which actually follows you wherever you go, and these are all entangled. Whether you're on mobile phone, laptop, or you go on the TV, anywhere it will follow you. The last stages that I keep saying, the last stage would be, there will be a man who will be standing with a kiosk below your house saying, buy this kind of TV, that they can reach to this levels, they may reach to this levels, so that you ultimately buy. The target is that you buy the product what they want to sell.
Thank you so much, sir. So moving on to one last question that we have. How safe is our data that is collected by government and other organizations, including corporates, who take fingerprint for access control systems and also retina image authentication in various apps? How safe is our data?
See, for that, I have various interviews which have happened on Rajya Sabha TV or Z or Doordarshan, on where I've extensively debated on Aadhaar or Arogya Setu or privacy. You can see, because it's a huge thing to speak. But let me tell you, the efforts made by government are laudable. Now, what they do is they try as much as they can, knowing that they are almighty government. But hackers or cybersecurity violators or cyber criminals are always one step ahead. What they don't do is transparency. That's where we question them, what happens to this and what not. And what they don't do is they don't tell you if this happens, then who is responsible? Like, data is leaked and your personality is there open, your fingerprints are there open in the wild. Who's going to pay you? Who's going to pay your loss? And who is going to do good to you? That's being unanswered. I suppose if the Personal Data Protection Act or Data Protection Act of India, which is scheduled to come, it may have some answers, if not all the answers.
Sure, sir. I think Data Protection Act is really awaited. Sir, with this, I think there are a lot of other questions also coming in, but as we're aware, I think you have another commitment. So without further ado, sir, I would like to thank you so much for being with us today. It was a pleasure having you on Gyan Sabha. And as I said, we've learned a lot, and I think we'll keep learning. We follow you on various platforms as well. Lastly, I think I would also like to take an opportunity to thank our supporting partners, the Law Informants, Rotary District 3141, R.A. Podar College of Commerce and Economics, NSS unit of Manibin Nanavati Women's College, Advocate Balasaheb Apte's College of Law, Vidyanidhi Group of Institutions, etc. I once again thank you for all of the audience to join us today. We hope that you take something back from today's session and reflect upon it. We hope to see you again in next week's Gyan Sabha with a different thought leader on a different topic. Next week on 6th of December, we will have Adharni Shifali Pandya ji from Shanti Kunj headquarters, All World Gayatri Parivar, and Srimati Bhanumati Narsimhan, who is the chairperson of Women Welfare and Childcare Programs of the Art of Living. They will be speaking on the topic, the feminine future, which is 21वीं सदी नारी सदी. You can stay updated with us on our social media platforms, which will be posted in the chat in a while. And you can also share your feedback with us on the link provided. Lastly, there is a global prayer that happens from 6:20 to 6:30 in the evening every day for the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. And you can join us from anywhere, not through any platform like Cisco WebEx or YouTube. You can join us from anywhere. You can sit at your home and join us in the global prayers, which will be for 10 minutes daily. We're on the last leg of our session today, and I would like to conclude the session with this Shanti part, which is the prayer for global peace. Om Dhyo Shantirantarikshabhum Shanti Prithvi Shantirapah Shantiroshadhayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shantirvishve Deva Shantirev Shanti Sama Shantiredhi Om Shanti 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 Sarvarishta Sushantir Bhavatu. Thank you all. Have a good day.